Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
For this is what the Sovereign Lord says.
Why do you need prophets to tell people who you are and what you want?
If you can justify everything that the God of the Bible has done, then you can justify any of your behavior.
A lot of this mentality is trickling into what is now mainstream right-wing Christianity.
I am capable of empathy greater than this God of the Bible.
This is a Bible that they tell kids. This is the good Lord. This is the good book. He is fantasizing about murder, mass murder.
Head over to sacrilegiousdiscourse.com right now to find out how to leave us a review or support us on Patreon.
Hey there, sinners and saints. It's your favorite Bible-bashing duo from Sacrilegious Discourse, and we need your help.
That's right, folks. We're raising funds for some heavenly equipment and a studio that doesn't sound like it's in the depths of hell.
Our current setup, let's just say it's more apocalypse than audiophile.
So if you want to hear us dissect the Bible without the background noise of demonic squirrels, chip in a few bucks.
We're aiming for $5,000 to upgrade our audio and build a studio worthy of blasphemous banter.
Donate today and help us spread the good word of atheism.
You can find a link right on our homepage, sacrilegiousdiscourse.com. Every dollar counts.
Even if it's from your collection plate. Husband!
Wife!
Do you remember what happened the last time we were ever here?
Well, we just got done with the weekly replay, and we did like the Q&A for 1 through 4 of Zechariah. But in the last regular episode, we read Zechariah Chapter 4. And in that episode, we had angels again.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Yeah. And they showed up with yet another vision for what was his name?
Zechariah?
His name is Zechariah. Yeah, Zechariah. Yeah. The book we're in.
Yeah. And that was the 5th vision, if I recall correctly.
Right. That may be true. I don't know. But I knew it was another vision. So,
Okay.
And they had a golden lampstand, a bowl, and 2 olive trees, and and
The never-ending oil.
Yeah, and no real answers.
No.
It was just like, here's some more shit, and I'm not going to tell you exactly what it means. The humans are meant to be confused, and God knows what he's doing. Just trust, It's all good.
It's coded bullshittery of politics.
Right. Also, Zerubbabel, he's going to do a great job, and he's going to finish that temple.
With the cornerstone.
Because he is. Yeah, and then there was like a 7-eyed rock.
A 7-eyed rock.
Yeah.
That would be a really cool name for a band. The 7-eyed rock.
Seems like we come across a lot of those cool names for bands.
It's true.
Yeah. Before we move on to anything else, I do want to do a shout out for a new Patreon member.
What?
Yeah. I want to give a big shout out to Barry B.
Barry B?
Yeah. Barry is our newest patron. And I wanted to say thank you from the bottom of our heart, because we really, really, really appreciate this more and more all the time, because we've cut back other places where we are making money. So your guys' support really means so much to us.
Barry, thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Barry. It's amazing that you guys keep reaching out and helping us. And Barry, we really, really do mean it. You are amazing, and we love that you are helping us out. So,
and we love that you enjoy what we're doing.
Yeah,
thank you. Thank you so much.
That being said, what are we getting into today?
We are going to read, not Ezra. We are going to read Zechariah Chapter 5.
Yes, we are.
What the fuck? Why does my phone say Ezra?
I don't have a clue.
Wow, I am in the wrong book.
So, are you ready to do this?
I will be by the time we come back.
Let's do it.
Okay. All right, we are getting into not Ezra, but Zechariah.
Yeah,
Chapter 5.
I didn't know that there was a question about that. But
well, okay. So do you want the story? Because I know what happened.
Sure.
Okay, so normally I have open 2 separate tabs on my phone. One is a list of all the books of the Bible, and the other one is the actual chapter where I'm at. Right? And you might say, why do you have that? Well, the answer is because when I'm doing research, sometimes I want to look back at a different book than what we're on.
Yeah.
And so I don't want to lose my place. So I
you
have
open a
that
different tab.
Yeah, so I have that other tab with all the books already listed.
Sure.
And I use that. But the last time that I did research, I accidentally closed the window that I was on. And I was looking up something from Ezra. I don't even know what it was at this point.
Got it.
But so when I looked at my phone and I was like, yeah, I'm getting ready to read. Here we go. And then I was like, wait, Ezra?
Yeah.
And so that's what happened.
Okay. All right.
That makes perfect sense, right?
Yeah, perfect.
Don't say it like that. It does make sense.
It makes sense.
Oh my
it makes
God.
sense.
Okay. So again, before we start, I have to say one more thing.
Okay. Yeah.
There's a flying roll in this one.
I'm sorry, a flying roll.
A flying roll.
Like as in a roll, like a bread roll?
No, it's not. But I just, okay. It's called the flying roll.
Okay.
And all I could think when I first looked at it was pizza roll. But it's not a pizza roll.
Right, okay.
But that's what I thought it said at first.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're going to read it. Ready? Zechariah Chapter 5.
I'm intrigued.
The pizza roll. Okay?
Or the flying roll.
The flying pizza roll.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so I looked again, and there before me was a flying scroll.
Wait. You said roll.
Because it's called the flying roll, but he saw a flying scroll.
That makes no sense.
A roll of paper is a scroll, you doofus.
I know that, but like, who calls it a roll?
Whoever wrote this shit.
I don't call a script or a scroll a roll. I don't call a piece of paper tied up in a roll either. It's a piece of paper tied up in a roll, which otherwise is known as a script.
Hold on, but you do say a roll of toilet paper.
I do.
Or a paper towel roll.
But I define what the fucking roll is. It's not just a roll.
It's not a pizza roll.
Yeah, no. Well, they should not have rolled with that.
This roll is... That was stupid.
That was.
This roll is a flying scroll, and as I looked, I fucking saw it.
That's great, Zechariah. That's awesome, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He asked me, what do you see?
A flying roll, apparently. That's a scroll.
I see a flying scroll, a pizza roll, 20 cubits long and 10 cubits wide.
Jesus. That's one big fucking scroll roll.
What's a cubit?
A cubit's from your elbow to your fingertip.
Right, yeah.
That's a fucking massive scroll roll.
Could you imagine?
I'm calling it a scroll roll because that's too funny.
A rolly scroll. A scrotum?
No, that's not even close.
Well, but that's where my head went.
Of course it is.
Because I'm a child. Yeah. And he said to me, this is the curse that is going out over the whole land. For according to what it says on one side. Oh my God, this thing is two-sided.
Jesus Christ. They pulled out the two-sided scroll. Shit.
I didn't even know they could do that.
I didn't either.
I thought the ink would bleed through.
You would think, right? Because they had to like dip it and shit, and then it just like soaked in.
Right.
So you wouldn't think they would do it two-sided. It would get a little confusing.
Not that I know a lot about scroll writing.
Or roll scroll writing.
No.
Yeah, definitely not
I just like, in my head, I just assumed it was always one-sided and it was rolled up.
Right.
But this scroll roll was two-sided.
I don't recall seeing scrolls with writing on the outside of the roll.
That's
of
true.
The scroll.
That's true. Okay, Dr. Seuss. So anyway, for according to what it says on one side, every thief will be banished, and according to what it says on the other side, everyone who swears falsely will be banished.
But if you swear correctly.
Yeah. The Lord Almighty declares, I'll send it out, and it will enter the house of the thief and the house of anyone who swears falsely by my name.
Does a 20-foot, 20-cubit scroll fit nicely in a thief's house, I wonder?
I mean, it's...
Because 20 cubits, it's fucking huge.
I think it's like vision of it, not like the actual...
I'm envisioning a 20-cubit long scroll roll going into a thief's house.
A scroll roll. It will remain in that house and destroy it completely, both its timbers and its stones.
That is one powerful scroll.
No, now here's the thing. I'm trying to take this seriously now.
I don't know why.
Okay, here's the thing.
Yeah, okay.
when it says anyone who swears falsely by my name,
Yeah.
like that is what they mean when they say swear. They don't mean like a cuss word, a bad word. They mean swearing in, like using my name incorrectly.
Right.
Swearing by my name.
Yeah, no, I get it.
But then you got these little ladies running around clutching their pearls. You said the F word. You're going to hell. Like, oh, that's not what it meant, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Right.
did it wrong. I'm not going to hell for that reason.
Yeah, I wonder, does it say anywhere in the Bible that you shouldn't cuss?
No.
I mean, like, because like you said, swearing is basically, they're talking about the Lord's name, right? And that's where the reference to swearing has come up, at least thus far. Mm-hmm. I don't recall anywhere that they have banished or said that it's bad to actually cuss.
Don't say bad words.
Right.
Like, what?
Yeah.
What is a bad word?
I say go for it.
I mean, in the 50s,
obviously.
You weren't even allowed to say darn. And now darn isn't a cuss word at all. Now darn is like a replacement for damn, double damn.
I mean, shit's even kind of mild these days.
Right?
You know, like, whatever.
Yeah. Like, I don't really get it, you know. People say fudge like as though I don't know that you actually mean fuck.
I honestly dislike those words more than cuss words.
Mm-hmm.
Way more.
So do I.
Because it's just such a put on. Mm-hmm. You know, like you're putting on a show. We all know what you were meaning to say.
Yeah, if you don't want to cuss, don't cuss.
Not only
using a euphemism is still cussing.
Well, and it's not just that. It's like they'll be saying a sentence and then they'll say fudge, and like they have emphasis behind it because they want to make sure you understood they said fudge.
Yes.
And I'm like, yeah, you said fuck, but real fucking nice.
Right. My ex-mother-in-law used to say, "Oh, fudge cookies." And every time I would cringe.
Did she do the eye movements just like you did? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I would cringe every time because
Right.
I was like, you're not as cute as you think you are. Yeah. All right, so now we're moving to some other thing. We're done with the scrolly roll.
Sure.
Okay. Then the angel who was speaking to me came forward and said to me, "Look up and see what is appearing."
Is there another scroll roll?
No.
No?
I asked, "What is it?" He replied, "It is a basket." He said it just like that too.
Right, yeah.
It is a basket.
Right, because obviously when you look up, there's baskets.
And that's more disappointing. Like after a giant fucking rolled scroll,
Well,
now we got a basket.
Is this basket big enough to hold the 20 cubit long fucking scroll?
I don't know. And he added, "This is the iniquity of the people throughout the land."
A basket.
A basket. I wonder if that's the hand basket to hell.
Going to hell in a hand. Oh,
right?
yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Then the cover of lead was raised, and there in the basket sat a woman. That is a giant basket.
Hold on. This fucking basket had a cover that was made of lead.
Sure.
And
why
inside
not?
the basket with the lead cover, there was a woman.
A woman exclamation point.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like for reals. Like, whoa.
That's a pretty big basket, though.
That's what I'm saying.
It's got a woman in there.
Yeah. That's bigger than the rolled scroll.
Not necessarily 20 cubits is be bigger than a woman, so.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
You know.
That is true.
Right.
He said, "This is wickedness." And he pushed her back into the basket and pushed its lead cover down on it.
No shit.
He shoved that bitch back into the basket.
Is this Pandora? Is this Pandora's basket?
Well, Pandora is supposed to be like the equivalent of Eve.
Sure.
Whereas Eve had to go after the apple and was like told, "Don't do it." Temptation, though. What's her name? Pandora was told, "Don't open the box. I know that you'll have temptation, but it'll let loose all the evil."
Right.
So they're both like equivalent.
Sure.
But
there's a woman in a box / basket.
This woman in the basket is representing evil and not a temptation to avoid it lest she release evil.
Okay.
But he did say, "This is wickedness." And he pushed her back into the basket and pushed its lead cover down on it.
But I like how he introduced her. Like, here she is. Bloop, no more.
It is a basket.
Is it like a wicker basket? Because you think she'd be like, "Hey," you know, like she could whisper through the cracks in the basket.
You know what makes me sad is that they clearly didn't know that lead is bad for you.
Right? Yeah. Poor woman's getting lead poisoning in there.
They all are. They're all fucking with the basket.
Well, yeah.
I mean, at least the angel guy is, right?
Sure. Angels probably are impervious to lead, I'm sure. Or something.
I mean, just don't lick it or anything. Then I looked up, and there before me were 2 women with the wind in their wings. You know how women have wings?
Are these angels, though?
I don't know. It just says 2 women.
I might stop looking up if I was him. You see in a basket with a woman and a lead cover, and then now you see 2 women with wings.
Okay, here's my thing.
Yeah?
2 women with the wind in their wings. Is he talking about pads? Pads with wings? Because otherwise they're angels, and you don't need to specify, right? Yeah. So they had wings.
This is a Tampax commercial?
Yeah. Okay. No, Tampax is generally like tampons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's the brand that
Always.
Okay.
Yeah. Or Stay Fresh.
Got it. Yeah.
Or Stay Free. I don't know.
Fucking know.
Look, I had a hysterectomy a long time ago, so I do not remember the names of these things too well.
You're out of the loop. Yeah.
Okay, anyway, they had some wings or whatever.
Sure.
Like those of a stork. And they lifted up the basket between heaven and earth. Where are they taking the basket?
I don't fucking know.
I asked the angel who was speaking to me. He replied, to the country of Babylonia to build a house for it. When the house is ready, the basket will be set there in its place. The end.
Oh,
Your face is so confused.
It says Babylonia.
Babylonia. Yeah.
Not Babylon. Not
It says Babylonia.
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 Okay. You're going to fly it to...
Oh, I do have a note here that says, in Hebrew, it's Shinar.
Okay.
Whoa. Heaven, let you shine. What?
But they're going to build a house for wickedness in Babylonia.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Is that...
And when it's ready, they're going to put the basket there in its place.
But who's building that fucking house for wickedness?
They are.
Who's they?
The mystical, magical they.
Oh, I mean, like, are there going to be angels, building?
The ladies with wings.
The ladies with wings.
Yeah.
There's ladies with wings building a house for the wickedness lady in the basket with the lead cover.
I'm going to reread this.
Okay,
here.
Yeah.
Where are they taking the basket, I asked, right?
Yeah.
He said, to the country of Babylonia to build a house for it. So they are taking the basket there to build a house.
Okay.
So it's those 2 ladies with the wings.
I wonder if there's any historical records of 2 ladies with wings building a house for wickedness.
In a basket.
I mean, with a lead cover.
That it's so
a human sized basket.
It's so oddly specific.
It really is.
It's so randomly and there was a shoe. What?
Look, I know that there's symbolism here. I know that,
but I don't know what the symbolism is.
I mean, we're gonna have to get to the Q&A, obviously.
The whole I have a piece of paper here for notes, and the only thing I'm just gonna write on it is, huh?
Right. I mean, I could guess at some things, but I'd literally just be guessing.
Right.
And the visions that this dude is having, he's got problems. Yeah. He needs to seek therapy.
He really does.
He's got issues.
I think he needs more than BetterHelp, too.
Unless you guys want to sponsor us, then we'll say you totally would do it.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, you guys did it. Yeah. Perfect. As long as you guys don't support Trump.
Yeah. I mean, don't be taking dark money from the Republicans
then
either.
You can fuck right off.
Sure you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You and your BetterHelp. You got anything more for us about winged women carrying women in baskets that are wickedness and lead rolls. Covers and scroll rolls, and is that all we get? Is that all we need to cover today?
Don't you think that's enough?
I think that's plenty.
It's a short chapter.
That was a crazy fucking chapter.
I'm so confused.
I am very confused. But
I could have done without this book of the Bible, quite honestly.
I could say that about many of the books of the Bible. Yeah. But yeah, this one...
At least this one's not pissing me off. This one's just confusing me.
It's kind of funny. Fun. As far as things go that we've read, I mean, who was expecting a woman in a basket and rolls floating in space that are 20 foot long? I did not expect that.
Not it.
No one expects the Spanish Inquisition.
What?
I had to throw that in there because isn't
that a quote?
Yeah, it's from Monty Python.
Okay, from Monty Python. Got it.
Right,
okay, yeah.
All right. I think that's all we got for today. So thank you everybody for joining us, and we will endeavor to be back tomorrow with
Zechariah Chapter 6.
All right, we'll see you then.
Bye, Zeki.
Hey, wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.